No.
I can't hurt wood apparently. No, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing just interacting with my character with other people with my disabilities. It's gonna be great, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So, how about for Cassie? I
Um,
know you were gone for a little bit there, but does Cassie have a highlight for this session, and what would she hope to accomplish next session?
oh, for next session, I'm trying to write something. Okay, so for Cassie, since she taught a few druids from the camp, um, I I really want to be strong and train more of being if I'm part of for being part of the druid and try to get stronger and want to still try to improve in myself and still try to find her past and try to find um, trying to find I'm sorry I'm really slow, forgive me. And well yeah I well yeah for day Cassie still wants to know about the druids more since she talked a few the druids for the camp, and she still wanted to improving and get more training. And if she wanted to do B shape in the future, and hopefully she'll after that hopefully she still want to visit her father and trying to ask him like about the druids and want want to know that warlock who put on a curse on me.
All right.
I'm sorry, I made you look confused. So I try to answer the best I can. Forgive my language problems.
No worries. That works.
Okay,
Perfect. Perfect.
thank you.
And how about for Mushi?
Well, I think everyone knows my highlight, which was killing 3 people with my fireball, even if they weren't supposed to be bad guys.
I thought it was not slapping me when I took my helmet off, but
I did drop my beer. That's saying something. Okay.
yes, it is true.
That's saying something big.
I see how it is. You don't care about people that look different than others.
You can't say that to me. I'm a devil child.
Apparently, I am too.
That's okay. I can help you work through this. We might bond through this, okay?
We'll make a support group.
At least you don't have a tail. Or horns yet.
God forbid, I might have one. Who knows what this curse will give me?
Yeah, that might give him disadvantage to charisma checks.
Apparently.
And what is Mushi looking forward to accomplishing next session?
I have so many unanswered questions. And I would really like to get to the bottom of those. I would really, really, really love to figure out what the heck is going on at the Scarlet Moon Hall. But we might have to wait a 10-day, which could be about 1.5 years for real life. So I might die. But I'm willing to wait and see.
I do think that as a group we are working better. We're understanding what people's strengths are and not questioning it. This is like Illyria's like, I'm gonna go off and scout in the middle of the night while you're all sleeping, and if you die, I don't care. And we're like, cool, go for it. I'm gonna go take a nap, You
We're
know,
going to sleep. Have a nice
Like,
night.
Yeah.
on the one side, like I get it where she's going solo rather than the party, but on the other hand, that was amazing. She
No.
rolled like expertly with her stealth rolls, and then she rolled a 1, and the guard's like, "What's going on over here?"
yeah.
And
No,
she made her way out of it.
Ben actually rolled not like Ben for one session, so it was great. No, I think
He fell
it's,
through one time.
It was beautiful.
you know, after 26 weeks of doing this, we're actually starting to pick up our characters and playing like a team, and I think it's great. I think we're actually starting to come into our group.
It's
and,
amazing. Oh yeah, I'll agree with
and
that.
we're starting to actually, you know, play our characters as characters instead of as people playing characters, which I think is great.
I was describing that exact same thing to my boyfriend this morning.
Oh, really?
He said, I want to be my character. I don't want to be a person playing my character. And he just looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So-
Like, I gotta kill these people with my fireball, okay?
Well, I was talking to your brother while we were playing, and I think I suggested to him that anything that we say while we're playing is in character. So there's no metagaming, there's no talking, you know, me to you.
That's
We're
correct.
talking Lothar to Miyushi. So anything we say should be in character, and that will help us a lot as far as playing our
I
characters.
like
versus-
that idea.
Yeah.
So like
What do
when
you think, Megan?
I'm sorry.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to write something, a highlight, I'm trying to pay attention. I'm just trying to finish writing something.
So what do you think about from here forward? Anything that is said is essentially said in character. So anytime Mushi's like, "Oh well, I don't know if I should slay this guy and kill his family," it's Mushi actually saying that.
like she's saying out loud that she wants
so
to
this-
kill his family, and he's
So this
right
guy
in front
she's
of her.
standing next to is like, "You're gonna kill my family?"
Oh my
I don't
god.
think so.
And then I fireball him.
I just think that the best way to get into character is to be accountable for your thoughts. You know, like if you're thinking out loud, well, the people around you are gonna hear you. You know what I mean? Like all the times I'm like, well, you know, do I really want to lie to this person? I probably should keep that to myself and just say what I'm
Oh my
gonna do, versus saying out loud. But you know, maybe I shouldn't say that because you know.
Maybe they should know that I'm about to steal their dog.
yeah, maybe you shouldn't say
I
that.
should keep it in secret.
But I think that would help us get into character and help our characters interact if we're actually meaning what we're saying, not just say, oh well, out of character we're doing this. You know.
Okay, but other than like doing that completely in character, like when it comes to roles and stuff, not like, can I look at this box over here? Like that would be in character. That'd be like out of character.
Right.
Well, yeah. Obviously, if you're saying if
I
you're
was
trying
just
to
figuring out
say,
how to
can
say-
I do?
I want to look out this window.
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna
mean,
say that
if you
out loud.
wanted to say like, hey, I want to do this.
A check.
That's obviously a check for Zen to say, okay, roll me a roll for that, or you know, this is what you see. But saying,
I'm just throwing that part out there because
Do-
with my luck.
yeah, like, do I really want to take this guy's money? You probably should just say, I'm gonna try to pick his pocket. You know, and
Yeah.
that's a check. That's like, if you want to try to do a check, you should say, hey, I want to do this, and then that's not really like an out loud thought. That's more of like, hey,
Be right back.
that's a game.
This is what we're doing.
This is what. Yeah, this is. Oh,
He said, "Be right back." He
Oh.
just.
Okay. You know, for Cassie, she's really my alter ego. While I'm still enjoy a Critical Role, and it was whenever I watch and know about what this game is, and hopefully it's my really big chance to play in D&D best I can, either online or local, but in local in the city, in my area. nobody asked me or invited me to be in a group.
Well, you're in a group now.
Well, yeah, it's just my local, like in person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. I don't have that either, so
Okay,
this is all I got.
me
Kinda.
too. Me too.
Yeah. I know there's a couple places nearby, but they don't really run things when I have free time. So it's.
I don't think there's anything like. I think I'm probably the only person in this entire town that plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Yeah. I know
Hey,
there's a couple of game shops near me, but they're not. They're like 30 minutes away. So.
Yeah, I don't even have that. Like, I think maybe an hour away.
Mm.
oh.
I have Walmart.
I don't think we do anything there.
No.
If I had enough space and I didn't have my little guy, I'd probably invite people over to my house. But yeah.
My dogs wouldn't let people over.
Aw.
No.
They don't even let invisible beings over.
Oh.
That's okay. But yeah, I do really like that idea of everything said in game is your character, because I think that'll really help us form our characters and
Not
become
only-
better Dungeon and Dragoners.
Well, I mean, not only that, but it makes you think before you say something. Like, you're held accountable for whatever you say. So if you're drinking a lot, like myself, you're accountable for what you're saying. It's like, hey, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Well, you know what? You're held accountable even though you're drinking.
So, sorry, but that's the truth behind ROM.
Actually, it was because I was like, you know what? This sounds like a great idea to drunk myself. So
This is gonna be so good, guys. Watch this. You should probably go run. Nah, I got this.
I got this. But no, I was just thinking. I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense if you're playing a character and you say stuff out of character, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose of playing the game and playing your character. Because then it's just like, oh well, me the player is going to do this instead of my character is going to do this. And I know that helped me get out of my like shell of, oh, this is me, I'm going to do this, instead of saying, my character is going to do this, or vice versa. So
Like, Miyushi's going to talk.
yeah.
Really? Okay, well, what the hell is she gonna
Yeah,
say?
exactly. It's like instead of that, it's just like,
You just say it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just say it.
Sometimes I have so many thoughts I can't put them into words. It's very frustrating.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, it's in my head.
Especially when I start getting down to the bottom of this bottle, it's kind of hard to start saying what my character's gonna say. So yeah. No, I think it helps. It helps grow you as a player, grows you as a character, and I think it makes it more fun instead of just saying, well, my character's going to do this, or, Lothar is going to walk over here and say, I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to do this.
I'm gonna do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And instead of walking over or like say, okay, I'm going to walk into the room and talk to the barkeep, you say, I open the door and say, sir at the bar, I need one of these. Instead of saying, oh, I walk over to the barkeep and I ask for a drink, you tell them, you say,
Yeah.
hey, I want a drink.
And maybe one of these days I'm gonna start using an accent. It might not be in the near future, but I have it in my head.
I'm all for accents.
Damn it!
I
I
just-
wanted to be in combat so I could use my new saying that I put in Skype, but I didn't get to do it because I didn't get close enough to the druid.
You could have been in combat if you wanted to.
I was trying, but I was like a round away, and then Miyushi was walking away, and so I was like, well, I can't attack this guy because I didn't see him do anything. So...
Sometimes you can just hit people for no reason, like a bender hits you.
But in all fairness, I have to play my alignment, which actually I think my alignment's going to be changing with my gruesome appearance. So just watch out.
It's okay. You still pull out chairs for people.
Well,
You're still in there,
hey,
Lothar.
hey,
You're still in there.
I might be the beast, but I still prefer my beauty. No,
That's funny.
I'm still gonna be polite, of course. I mean, I may look hideous, but I'm still Lothar at heart. Yeah, that was good. I think we're progressing as players in a group. Now, if we can just get Ruby to do her Scottish accent for Illyria, I think we'll be right on point.
I know the
love
last
accents.
few sessions haven't been combat heavy,
It's all right.
but as far as RP goes, like you guys are
No,
blowing my mind.
no, it's
been
definitely
amazing.
helping. I noticed in the last 2 sessions that you, Amanda, have been a lot better than
I
when
had
we
set a goal
started.
for myself.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
definitely
trying.
helping. I've noticed it that you're able to, release yourself and be into your character the last couple of sessions, and I've seen it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope we get to the point where I was with my last group when I was playing Pathfinder, because we spent 3 hours in character about how we were going to either kill, capture, or deport a priest. I'm not even joking. We spent 3 hours sitting here saying, okay, well, we can knock him out and wrap him up in a rug and then drag him out of the country and then drop him. That way our paladin would be okay with it because he wasn't hurt. Or do we kill him, or do we take him to jail because he was sacrificing people for no reason? It
Was all of this happening with him like right there in front of you guys?
We actually knocked him out. Because I was playing this metal oracle guy, so I was actually a physical character more than a spellcaster, so I actually had knocked him out. I punched him in the back of the head and knocked him out, and we were discussing about how we were gonna handle the situation, dispose of the body. Were we gonna drop him off of a cliff? Were we gonna put him out in the country? All because we had a paladin with us. And so we were like, okay, how do we keep you being a paladin and not disgrace your oath, but get rid of this guy at the same time? And we spent 3 hours discussing that. We finally hauled him off to prison. And we were like, oh, wait, he owns the people that are working the prison. So we had to take him back into the castle, or back into the church, tied him up, stole his gold, locked him into church, and then took off out of town. At the end of all that, it was great. And then we decided to go to another town and then kill all the people of a death cult, take their gold, and then get attacked by griffins. Then we all died. It was great. It was a great session.
Everyone died, but it was
literally. The DM was like, "I'm tired of your bullshit," and he rolled and he's like, "Oh, you've got 20 griffins attacking you. By the way, they're all 20 levels higher than you." Oh, thanks. So.
There's no way we're gonna get out of this one, guys.
No, I tried to hide. I was like, "Can I dig a hole and hide under everything?" No, he's like, "No, they sniff you out and find you and kill you." I was like, "Oh, thanks." But no,
He was just done.
Are you saying you want a lot more griffins next session? Is that what you're saying?
No griffins. But no, it was one of the best sessions because we were one guy was a half orc and he was and his out of character wife was insulted by the priest because we were all soldiers and she was a female disguised as a male working as a soldier for everybody. And he had said women are not allowed to handle these artifacts that we were sent to get for the church. And so she was pissed, and he was pissed because it was his wife. And so he was taking his out-of-character rages into his character, which I thought was hilarious because he was getting all like butthurt about that. And I was like, well, it's just a character, dude. Relax. And so he was like, I'm going to flip a table. And he nat one'd it. And so he couldn't flip a table being a half orc with 20 strength. He was like, ugh. And so
caught a couple of splinters on the way up.
No, he didn't even do that. He was like, I can't move the table, so I knock a candle off, and he walked out. I just laughed, and I was like, all right, whatever. And so we finally took the priest back into his room and tied him up, and and at that point we couldn't take the gold because the paladin knew what we were doing. So it was like, all right, fine, be a paladin. And it was, oh man, it was great though because we totally got into character and we spent 3 hours deciding what we were gonna do. So I think we'll get to that point eventually where we're like, okay, totally in character. Everybody's conflicting because we got one person that wants to do good, one that's just like Illyria that doesn't care and just wants to get her money, and we're gonna be conflicting the whole time. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
And then there'll be Gravender.
And Gerbender's like, well, I think we should go that way.
Guys, that doesn't sound like the right thing to do.
Doesn't-
Are you sure?
Do we really want to cut off his fingers for the gems that he has on? I don't think that's right.
I don't think that sounds like the right thing. But if you guys say so, okay.
Let me check my dice.
I love how he's been doing the 8 intelligence. It just makes it so fun.
He's been doing a good job with that. It's
It's
really
so
hard
fun.
to play a less than intelligent person. Really hard.
All the time.
All the
Because
time.
it's like you can't say anything smart.
Honestly,
basically, ever.
I think his next stat bump needs to be intelligence so he can play a regular person. But that's just
Because he comes up with some really great ideas, but technically Bender can't come up with those.
he's gotta play the grog thing. Okay, you get one smart thing a session. That's it. You get one good thought a session, and then that's it. But yeah.
Sorry, Ben, you used your good thought.
Yeah.
So Mushi's not up to date on the latest episode of Critical Role, but
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was. I stayed up all night watching that. That was so
I know.
good. That
Yeah.
that reminded me. Of course, they've had 3 years into this, but that reminded me of that same session of us spending 3 hours about talking about how to kill the priest. Because we were like, can we just kill him and be done with this? Because he's a total dick and he's burning people at the stake for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they were doing the kind of like PvP stuff, I was like, oh yes!
Yes, we brought
I just
PvP
got so
into
excited.
it. Oh my god, it was so good. Because that reminds me, because in Pathfinder you got a whole like feat system for like grappling and things like that, and one of our guys was a built grappler, and he grappled a guy who was offended by his wife because he was trying to kill the priest, and so he grappled the guy before he could swing the sword. Oh my god, it was great. It was so intense. We were like, okay, he's grappled, I took the priest and I took him to the other side of the room so this guy couldn't kill him, and it was great.
Basically, Amanda, you've got a week to catch up.
You really got to watch it. I almost like skip past the middle portion. Oh my goodness. Ooh, hardcore.
I was just fucking giggling like a little schoolgirl. When Grog said, like, I charge it facts, I was like, oh my god, it's great.
I honestly
Oh
was
man, Travis
like,
really has.
I thought she broke her hand at the middle.
I thought her and Percy were just, they were not going to survive it.
I thought that Marisha was gonna like punch somebody, like for real, like out of character. I thought she was gonna haul off and punch somebody. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I love Keyleth.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. In all fairness,
Well, all of
She
them
was
are
right.
awesome.
she was totally right. She was like, it's all your fault, and it's all your fault, and it's all your fault.
No, no, don't say that, please. Don't blame Keyleth. Making me cry.
Well, no, I'm not saying it was her fault. It was Keela saying it was your fault and your fault and your fault for not telling me what we're doing. Oh my god, it was great. I loved it. Oh man. So Zen, how is your custom campaign going? Are you still working on that?
Not really. Like,
No.
I've been doing kind of a little campaign on the side with me and my sisters. more or less kind of just waiting until my brother is like no longer deployed on duty,
Oh, okay.
and that's going to be up in May. And then I was thinking I was going to run like Out of the Abyss with a lot of them or something like that.
You know, you could always roll them into here. Just saying.
We've tried.
That's true.
We need a fighter. Hello.
Yeah.
I have the spirit of a barbarian, just so you know.
Yeah, so
Hey.
she was running the barbarian I made for my brother because he was supposed to be off like last Tuesday or something, but he couldn't. It wound up he couldn't make it,
Yeah.
and she kept rolling like 20s and 19s and just
Oh.
amazing
Every
scores for this
single roll.
barbarian. Every single roll.
And my other character, I'm lucky if I roll a 5.
Oh,
Like,
man.
so I've decided I'm a barbarian at heart.
Hey, you know what? That's what Rom said, and then he jumped off a cliff and forgot that he was a barbarian. So, you know.
Maybe it's a sign right before I die.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
mean,
you're
we
gonna
all see
unleash your
ourselves as
inner
barbarians,
barbarian,
and then it's the end. Ooh.
That's what happens next. We'll know.
If you start seeing yourself as a barbarian, you're gonna die.
Oh.
yeah, if you see red, yeah, you're dead.
If you start raging, you're gonna die.
No, I definitely think as far as our group composition, I mean, I'm trying to fill that role now, but I definitely think we need one more like frontliner type person because as strong as Ben is, he's not quite the frontliner that Dylan was. So,
Why did Threx have to leave?
I know, seriously. Have you guys heard
we
from
were
him? I
perfect.
haven't heard nothing from him since he left.
No.
No. I'm sure he still gets all of our Skype because he's in our message.
Yeah,
So
I'm
he
sure
never-
he still gets them, but he doesn't reply. What a
Like every
jerk.
now and then I'll see like Dylan is online. I'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, he's alive.
He's still
Yeah,
here, guys.
I've been hoping to catch him, but I haven't caught him at all. Like, hey, guy. How's it going?
Hey, Romstead, you want to talk
yeah,
about
Ron's
it?
dead. I got some feelings. You want to talk about it?
We could really use a Threx right now.
We really could. All the battles, it's like, hey, I'm going to step up and I have a 15 AC. Let's go. You know, it's like,
Seriously.
shit.
Which reminds me, I no longer have shield on, so I need to make sure. Oh, good. You made that go back down. Okay, we're good.
But
Phew.
just add it, you know, I'm trying
Reminds
to
me, I'm
work up
not
towards
actually
a
invincible.
I'm trying to work up towards an in combat caster, so hopefully that helps us a little bit. So, I mean, what is my AC at now? I didn't even open my character sheet this whole game. Like, that's bad.
I think it's like 17 or
I think
something
I'm at
like that.
17 right now. Come on, open. Yeah, 17. So, as soon as I get an upgrade in armor, we'll be good. We'll be good. 'Cause
Of
what
course, that might have other repercussions too
What, upgrade in armor?
for ditching the armor.
Oh, you're gonna play it like that. I see how it is.
I want to know what's wrong with him. It's one of my many unanswered questions. Like, what the hell?
Yep. I don't even know, technically. I think the
You
only
just know you're withering away to nothing.
I think the only way I can get better AC at the moment is to increase my armor. But if I don't want to remove my armor so I don't die or something, is to get more dexterity. Since that one of the revelation I take with my class is I don't get I get to add my dexterity to any armor I'm wearing, so I can get more dexterity, more armor. So, if only I had gauntlets of dexterity instead of gauntlets of ogre strength.
But excuse me for giving you automatically 19
I know.
strength.
I think it's funny because that was honestly my worst stat. I had an 8, And I looted the gauntlets and I put them on, and now I have a 19 strength. That's
I was
great.
just about to ask to make sure that you kept the actual number in case you ever lose the gauntlets for any reason.
Yeah, I got an 8. I got an
Okay.
8 in my strength. I remember because I was like, I'm the best person to have these. I'm actually going to put that in my other class abilities, 8 strength. But yeah. So. I offered him. I was honestly trying to give them to Gerbender when he was going to go pick up the body, but he decided to go help Illyria pry a gem out of the stupid statue and get covered in stones. So,
A fake gem.
yes,
Basically green glass.
a piece of glass. Yes. Oh goodness.
It almost killed him, so I'm sure he learned his lesson.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
This
only got
is
an
why-
8 intelligence, so.
This is why paladins don't loot from.
It's a good thing he's not
Cleric.
a paladin. He's
Cleric.
a cleric.
Cleric.
I knew I was saying the wrong word.
Less in the realm of having to do
Cleric.
good things.
Paladin. They basically are the same.
That was the one reason why in Pathfinder, why I picked an oracle over a cleric, is that I don't technically have to worship a god. I could have the cleric abilities, but not worship a god. So it was funny. My deity that gave me my power was oh god, in Pathfinder, what was his name? Oh, it was Caden Colleen. He was the god of wine, women, and wenches. I was like, yes, perfect. Or was it wine, wealth, and wenches? Something like that. It was like he was like the drunk guy that loved money. That was his god. He was like, if you worshipped money, you were like in with him. And I was like, sweet, that's perfect.
I like money.
I like getting drunk. It's perfect. Yeah, that was great.
And for Mushi, you'll never know unless he tells you.
I know.
About what? What?
You guys
are
were
you
talking about
whispering?
the gods.
Yep.
I'm always whispering to him.
Oh.
All throughout the game.
Oh, so that's what's causing him to lose his train of thought. I see what it is.
No, that's Ben. And Ben confessed it to me.
Yeah,
In the chat.
Ben does a lot of whispering about what he's doing.
I think this game, though, was the most time I've had, like, everybody whispering me. So I'm like, oh, I gotta keep on each person separately.
Yeah.
Actually, one of those times I whispered you, I wasn't meaning to whisper you, but I was like, oh, well, he'll have the answer too, so I'll just go with that. But I was saying, why did Gerbender's god tell us to leave that freaking tower? Because I want so bad to go to that tower. And I'm so mad that his god said, don't go to the tower. Because I want to go to the tower. But I was being a good little companion.
His god didn't say why not to go into the tower. He said it wasn't a good idea to go into the tower. And as far as our group is concerned, we don't listen to good ideas.
We're not very good idea
No,
people.
we're not.
I mean, really, you guys have no idea what he interpreted from the roll of his dice.
No, we don't. He just said that we shouldn't go in there.
It could have said, yeah, go right ahead. The tower's a great idea.
Nobody
Go for it, guys.
insight checked the Dragonborn. Oh my god.
Why didn't we do that?
I'm kind of curious. I mean, he said something about 4 elements, and we saw something of one element, and now we're moving towards another element, and we haven't done a damn thing to stop anything yet. So,
I know. I am so confused. And I left my ox. You know,
oh yeah,
there's just so many things happening.
I will
My
say,
ox that hates me.
I don't.
I will say this module is kind of built to be a lot more like sandboxy, where you guys can do whatever you want.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like everyone kind of needs that little push
No,
in the right direction.
you need a little push into where you need to go in a sandbox.
We
otherwise-
kind of need like a shove.
like in my
Fall
path,
in the ground.
yeah.
You know, fall in the tunnel.
In my Pathfinder game, I was running the same one that we spent 3 hours deciding what we were going to do with a priest. It was one full session, and we were actually playing like 6 or 7 hour sessions. So we spent one full session of exploration about this country. We were trying to figure out, there was some like evil death cult that was sacrificing people to a volcano god. And so we were like, oh, okay. So we traveled like 2 months in one direction, and we found out where the volcano god worshippers were, and we weren't supposed to find this, but we found it anyway. And we were like, well, we found them. Let's head down south because we don't want to deal with it. And so we seriously spent 6 hours traveling. We didn't have one single round of combat in 6 hours of playing. And the DM was like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. He was like, I pushed you in this direction so you would go there and maybe kill some people at this evil death cult. And you decided to go down south and find another village. It was so funny because we were like, yeah, we want to do something. We want to fight this evil death cult. And we found them. And
I don't think they really look like the best people to fight right now.
Right.
Let's leave.
But they were just like villagers that were like, oh, there's a death cult in the area. And we're like, okay, that's fine. But we're like, what about those elves we heard about in the south? And so we just...
Well, I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, like, as far as Red Larch goes, there are like 22 new sites or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And of those, there are like 4 plot points.
Mm.
You guys managed to avoid each of the 4 individual, like, plot point related places whenever you guys went building to building.
We had to make bagels and
so
we had to
I
get
was
some
like,
armor.
Okay, I'll have to find another way to work this in. And then on a 1% chance of Grabender's like kind of
that's right.
tremors of the ground actually doing anything, it managed to cause a sinkhole in the area that he was at.
Because we
So I was
weren't
like-
supposed to find that until way later, right?
A little bit later, at least, yeah, until you guys had like met the numerous people in the town.
No, I don't even think we like met anyone basically.
So I was
We
like,
go through this
okay,
whole-
the dice say it's time, so it happened.
I think I was talking to the wrong drunk person in the tavern because apparently she had nothing to do with anything. She was like, yeah, there were some guys to the north and they had some red weapons. Okay.
I don't know.
And we still have no
She
idea why
ended
all
up
these
with
people
your
are
red
dead.
axe.
I know. Thanks, Mushi. I mean, thanks.
I told you my plans for next session is to get some answers. Okay? I have no answers.
My plan is for some answers, not all of them, only a couple.
I am being realistic. I have so many questions. So many questions.
Oh, and then Mushi, you may not like the direction that the party goes as soon as you get your ox.
Oh yes. I'm still contemplating how I'm going to handle that situation.
Well, you've got at least one more session to decide.
One more session.
Lothar, you don't like oxen?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah, oh dear.
We were
It doesn't
talking.
like me.
No. We were talking, and I don't remember what we were talking about. But Zen was like, "Oh, by the way, what is the fear of your character?" I was like, "Oh
Because
shit!"
every other person just decided on their character's fear, like
Yeah.
what they fear.
I was like, "I
So
don't
I'm
have
like,
a fear
oh,
yet."
I don't have Lothar's fear yet.
And so honestly, without even thinking about what we did in the last session, I went to Google and I was like, okay, what is it? Irrational fears? And I looked up and I was like, cattle. I have an irrational fear of cattle. and so he was like, so like cows and bulls and minotaurs, and I was like, yes. And so I was like, and then like an hour later, I was like, oh shit. Mushi just bought an ox. How am I going to handle this? So you have an ox, and I have to somehow be extremely irrationally afraid of this cattle. and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to play. I don't know if I'm gonna be like aggressive afraid or shy afraid. Like I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
If you go to fight my ox already doesn't like me, but I will fight you. I paid good money for this ox to not like me.
And of course I would know that, so that's like a moral dilemma. It's like Lothar likes you, but he hates cattle, so it's like, what are they supposed to do? I don't know. I have to figure that out.
I have horns, it has horns, just pretend it's Miyoshi and it'll all be okay.
I have to fall in love with an oxen. That's great. No, God.
I'm gonna need Cassie with her animal handling. If she has it, that'd be really helpful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a whole week. Like I spent really like half of last week. Like, okay, how am I gonna handle this situation? Like,
So much like nature, it seems nobody in this party is proficient in animal handling.
well, honestly, Threx would be because that's part of a soldier or part of a fighter. They get animal handling as a thing. But
Well, I don't have Threx on my little buttons of what everyone's proficient in.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I do have a +1 in animal handling, but that doesn't really help. Maybe I could go like this and like, you'll listen to what I say. Go Crocodile Dundee on it.
Basically, as far as like the rules go, you just have to make an animal handling check until they agree with you.
Oh, good, because
Yeah. I mean, I think
if I have to handle it every time I have to feed it, this thing is not going to work out very well with me.
Usually, with your luck, I don't know if I'd count on that happening anytime soon.
I'm going to have to bring my barbarian into this.
maybe we need like charm animal or something. Like,
I'm going to switch my spells next time I level up, just for this one time.
you need dominate monster, and then you can have your cattle.
Of course, then the cattle would know that you cast the spell upon it.
And it would be aggressive towards you. Oh, goodness.
I think I want to see that happen.
I still think Miyoshi needs to butt heads with something that has horns. That's just me. But
I could butt heads with Gurbinder.
he doesn't have... Does he have horns? I don't think he has
Yes,
horns.
he has horns. He's a dragon.
Real quick, can everyone see the picture of Scarlet Moon Hall and Feathergale Spire
Yes.
Yeah.
on the map?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm trying something new. You guys kind of get like little snapshots of the places
I like
you've been.
that.
We get
That's
postcards,
really
wish
cool.
you were here.
Exactly.
That's
You
perfect.
kind of get like a general idea rather than like what was Scarlet Moon Hall. You get like
Right.
the little picture, like okay, that was Scarlet Moon
No,
Hall.
that works. That works.
Like I
Okay.
said earlier when I couldn't see the tower, this is perfect. Because I literally couldn't see the tower, so I have no idea what it looked like. This
So
is perfect.
I think we totally need to like just screw this whole thing and just head like I don't know some direction that's away from everything. That would totally screw up your campaign that you're running right now. This module. If we
It
do,
would screw up the campaign as written, yes, but there may be repercussions down the line.
the world ends because you decided to go farm.
We're just gonna build a farming town and have an ox and just, grow some carrots.
I mean, because at this point in time, people have revealed numerous secrets about themselves, as well as where they're from, which could come back to haunt them if bad things were to kind of roam the lands.
In all fairness, I lied about where I came from, so nobody knows where I came from.
But has Lothar lied to everyone he's come across?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because I don't even know where the city I came from is. So
All right.
I haven't put that in my backstory yet.
Everyone I loved is dead. So
Oh, well, you ain't got nothing to go back to, so that's all.
I'm good. I do have something I need to do though, so I won't be leaving.
Yeah, I've got to find some. I might look at my Star Wars encyclopedia to see what city I came from. So I might
I just
have
have
to
to
check that
kill
out.
that Lothar character, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah. I've already got my next character. He's ready.
He's ready. Oh lord.
I gotta-
So that's
no,
why
no,
he's
no.
letting this one decay into nothing.
Well, actually, that wasn't my fault. That was your brother's fault.
That's true. I'll admit that.
No. I always have like 2 or 3 characters back just in case, because you might fall off a cliff and fail 7 rolls. So
Oh,
you gotta have a plan B. And no, I have a monk. I have a monk planned up just in case. And I was thinking when the Sword Coast Adventure Guide book came out, it brought in new backgrounds. And so it makes it really easy to introduce it into a campaign. It's got what background? I think it's called like Outlander or something like that, or something. I can't remember.
Wasn't Outlander in the original one?
I was just gonna say that.
Bless
thank
you.
you. Sorry.
Hold on. I think I have it here. Oh, Far Traveler. That's what it is. Far Traveler. So basically, you come from a land that nobody has heard of. So it makes it easy to put that backstory into a campaign.
Coming from the land down under.
Yeah, from a land down under.
On page 148.
Oh, you have that too? Yes. But yeah, it I mean, that's an easy one to pull it in from any campaign. And then the other one is it's in the regular handbook. Like Hermit, you can pull that one in because you can be a hermit
love
from any location.
Hermit.
I can't remember what exactly I made my monk as, because I made it something that would actually benefit the character instead of just be good RP. So, where is my Outlander? Yeah, that's another one. Outlander. But I think I made him a hermit so that way he gets like extra like things. I don't know. But yeah, I've got one just in case, this one goes south. But I actually like the way this character is going, so.
If you look on page 144, you'll see Threx in the middle of the town.
Threx or threats?
Of which book?
The Sword Coast?
That was 148.
144.
144.
He's right in the middle.
Is he selling cabbages?
Not quite. Oh, he could be though. He could be.
Oh, you're talking about the bottom. Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Oh my God.
retired.
Rom is right in front of him.
Ah, look at another life.
They both retired after all. They're together still.
They're still
they're in
happy.
Waterdeep. Yes.
That's funny.
They have gone to the great northern land in the skies. Oh goodness. But I'm actually very curious about the open gaming license that they opened for 5D or 5e. So it could turn into like a Pathfinder-esque.
I was backing a couple of Kickstarters for like additional monsters and stuff like that, and I feel like it's kind of had like a resulting difference upon them. Like they themselves, like during the time of the Kickstarter, have kind of changed the product that they were offering.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Wizards isn't going to be like dicks about it or whatever.
Well, the fact that they used the open license, basically all they have to say is that this is for Wizards of the Coast D&D 5e.
Right.
Then they can use any of the backstory. They don't have to, they just say, inspiration from. They don't have to tie anything back.
Because like another thing that was done is on Roll20 itself, they released a 5e license compatible version
Mhm.
with like access to like what happens at what background for what level for what skill and all that.
Oh, okay.
And I was looking at that the other day, but it still doesn't look as pretty as this. So like, as soon as looks a little bit better, we might switch over. But for right now,
Is that like new character sheets, or is that
yeah, like the
backgrounds?
character sheets have access to like the actual like handbook backgrounds and
It
skills and
would
all
be
that
really
kind of
nice
stuff.
to have that stuff, like from a drop-down menu, would be great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
But like for right now, it's like completely like basically as basic as you can get.
yeah.
Like I can guarantee they're going to work on it to make it a lot more like
I'm actually gonna link you guys
appealable
a
to the market.
website. All right, so I linked it in game. I'll link it in Skype too. This is actually this is the same website that I use for Pathfinder, because Pathfinder it's actually D20 SRD. Um, it actually has all the information that is published, at least on the Pathfinder site. It has all the information published by all first party, second party, and third party sites, or third party rule books, and it puts it all into clickable formats that somebody has typed up. So
So
all
real
this
quick,
spells.
the group that's doing the Midgard Heroes,
Uh huh.
I'm backing their Kickstarter for the additional 5e monsters.
Ooh.
I haven't checked out the 5th edition foes from the other group, just because I wasn't completely honest. I wasn't really into their like cover picture or whatever, so I was like, I'll skip that one. But I am doing the one for the Kobold Press, which is
Okay.
doing the Midgard Heroes.
Nice.
But that's awesome.
But yeah, that website I linked, that seems like it's the start of it, and that they're still working on it. But you can click on any one of those things that's in the taskbar, and it will give you all the player handbook information towards, it just in one website.
This is amazing.
It is, and if you go to the D20 SRD, which is the Pathfinder one, it lists everything from every splat book from every publisher that they did for Pathfinder. So you can find
Wow.
every spell, weapon, ability, feat, character, sub races, all that in there, and it's great. It's so they have they have third party, so they don't have it yet, but they have third party content. So once people start publishing third party content, they'll actually put it on this website, and then people will actually take it and type it out. So extra classes and abilities and stuff they'll put in here. So for instance, the races, they already have. Okay, they have pony races. Let's see, they have a Persian, which is, I don't know why the hell that's even on there, but they got like cats, and what the hell is a steel heart? Okay, it's a horse. So apparently someone put like My Little Pony races in D&D 5e, but
I mean, I've seen kind of a similar with once again, the Kobold Press doing the new monster.
mm-hmm.
That's just like the monster manual of their own.
Yeah.
The Allseed doing a kind of half elf / half centaur race, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, they actually, on this website, they have it. If you look at third-party publisher, and then you look at the first one, it's Cobalt Presses. They have the Gearforged race, and they have
That's
all the
awesome.
information put on there. So you get 2 different ability scores by 1. You got age and your language and your size, speed, type, construction.
So, spoilers, you guys might be running into some Kobold Press monsters rather than Wizards of the Coast monsters.
Hey, you know what? That's the more that you can vary it, the better, is the way I see it. The more options you have to throw weird things out, that way we're not like, oh yeah, I know that one. It's in the book. It's like, no, this is freaking
Like even just reading some of the things
This
that
is
they
very
like
different
come up
book.
with, I'm like, that's amazing. There's no way I would have thought of that on my own.
Yeah. Like I mean, they even have on here like the silvered weapons, which I don't think are in the player's handbook. You know, silver weapons count as magical, but they don't have any pluses.
It's magical depending on like what they're against. Like for like a werewolf or whatever, that would count as being a
Yeah.
magical weapon.
Well, let's see. In this case, or at least on this website, it says some monsters have immunity or resistance to non-magical weapons are susceptible to silver weapons. Yeah, so and at least on this website, it's saying that if they have immunity to non-magic, they're susceptible to silver because silver weapons are considered magical weapons for resistances. One thing I do hope though is I hope they go with like, or somebody comes out with like the Pathfinder esque thing for 3.5, where they just give you a crap ton of weapons to choose from, so that way you can really flesh out what your character's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm go ahead getting off.
Okay, see you, Megan.
See ya.
Night.
Not what else I should be doing for the next session.
For next session, I guess kind of just anytime that you're feeling like you want to make an Arcana check or a Nature check or any kind of like ability check,
Okay.
just kind of have a reason why you want to make that check.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So rather than just like randomly being like, I want a history check, go ahead and tell me like why you want that history check, and then maybe I'll be able to kind of better tailor any kind of answer you might get to it.
Yeah. All right. I'm go ahead jump off.
Okay, see
All
you.
right.
All right.
Night.
Night.
Adios.
Adios.
Yeah, I definitely hope that this OGL is it opens up a lot of, because it really what it does is it allows people to say, okay, here's the kind of layout that they did for 5e, and say, okay, this is what I want to create for 5e, and actually be able to use the mechanics and things. So
Right.
hopefully we get a lot of cool stuff out of that.
Like I know there's been a couple already with like kind of additional like goblin classes and orc classes and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I've been kind of looking through those. It just warms my heart to see that kind of stuff. Because like I know kind of some of the older editions have like more than one kind of like goblin class, for instance.
Oh, right.
Whereas 5e, it's like goblin or goblin boss, and that's it.
Yeah, hobgoblin or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's definitely.
Makes me feel happier kind of seeing a variety as far as like enemies go. Like I've always been okay with kind of just switching over like names of bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like, oh well, this guy A is a goblin, but guy B, he's a goblin, but he's got the stats for a NPC assassin or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Even that though, I feel like a lot of people I've talked to like online aren't even okay with that much.
Oh, they're not. They don't
Which
believe in
I don't-
tweaking what's there.
Which I don't understand. Like simply changing a name.
Yeah.
Come on.
What I'm noticing is the biggest part of this edition is that they're encouraging the people that are running the game to say, "You make the decision."
I know.
You know, it's up to you. If you want to have a goblin riding a dragon that's riding a horse,
Because like
you have that.
In
You can do that.
in the DMG, they've got this little portion in there about like building monsters and all that. And so they've got like stat blocks loosely and all that.
Yeah.
But basically none of those stat blocks follow like what's in the monster manual.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, I could take what's already there, or go my own route.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm
And
Well,
even
isn't-
something kind of basic, like a half dragon has dark vision,
Mhm.
but a dragonborn doesn't.
Right.
That's something I'm like, I don't understand that because essentially they're the same thing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on
Like-
what the dragon breeded with, right?
Yeah, like a dragon banged your mom.
Yeah.
Couldn't you have dark vision at the very least?
Right. Yeah. I didn't understand that. I was watching a video and they were talking like, yeah, you can have, what do they call it? A kobold. You know, you could have a kobold that has the lightning spell. You know, obviously it's going to be super powerful, but all you have to do is say, okay, it's for a third level party, not for a first level party, when a normal kobold would. So, you know, it is what it is.
Have you read the? I'm not positive on the URL, but the Goblins comic,
I don't think I have.
where it's basically about a they become a group of adventurers
Mm-hmm.
on their own.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can still hear me or
Yes,
not.
I can.
So they basically become a group of adventurers on their own because they're sick of adventurers raiding their own